See, I'm not a monster. I'm just ahead of the curve.
As members of the human race, we often face irreversible issues that cause us to become flawed versions of ourselves. In order to be accepted by society, we must adhere to a certain standard. Any expression of opposition to this philosophy is met with scorn. However, despite these standards reaping benefit most of the time, they aren't always as valuable. These boundaries provide value and safety, but they can be detrimental to the abnormal minority of society. The yearning to break the invisible bonds that tie us to one another often transforms itself into other mediums. Some choose to live their hypothetical life, policies, and environment in a fictional setting. Gotham is the expression of cynical, treacherous, and corrupt aspects of our world and amplifies them to portray the darkest side of humanity. The Joker is an example of what would happen if an individual from our society didn't possess the benefits of it and only possessed the negatives. The Joker was ostracized by Gotham. He developed abominable qualities and habits to not only preserve his life, but his twisted identity. Due to his schemes and deceitful nature, he's regarded as one of the cruelest villains in comic book history. Fundamentally, the Joker has the same goal as Batman's Rogues Gallery, but his approach towards the goal creates the greatest opposition towards Batman, often putting Batman in unwinnable situations.
Let her go.
Very poor choice of words.
Joker's existence is derived from tormenting Batman and eroding his mental code until Batman finally cracks, giving Joker the last laugh. The Joker uses Batman's closest friends to break him, like in Batman Beyond Return of the Joker, where he tortures Tim Drake's Robin and Jokerfies his blood cells, turning him into a clone of himself.
Though he bravely tried to fight it at first. But all too soon, the serums and the shocks took their toll, and the dear lad began to share such secrets with me.
Batman views the Robins as extensions of himself and snaps when he learns what transpired.
Batman, if you had the guts for that kind of fun, you would have done it years ago.
Another example of this, which is usually mentioned as well, is when Joker kills Jason Todd's Robin. This makes Batman the most aggressive that he's ever been towards his villains. The Joker is nourished by Batman's attention and is delighted by sowing seeds of chaos into his life. He's motivated and determined to watch the world burn. He exploits the corruption in Gotham society to invoke mental conflict in Batman. And as a result of Joker's actions, Gotham's citizens will never trust Gotham's government again and will live in fear and a lie for the rest of their lives as a result. His actions cause a significant ripple effect in Gotham society for years to come. And based on this example I just gave, we can say that Joker depends on tormenting Batman for the rest of his life. Even without the rich resources that Batman has, the Joker is an example that intelligence beats strength and wealth all the time. He even points this out in The Dark Knight. He talks about how he took over Gotham with just a gun and his witty optimism. The Joker is a real force to be reckoned with and uses the press by doing crazy and outlandish things to enhance his negative public perception. And even through that, he gains a following and he uses them to attack Batman relentlessly and doesn't let up.
If you want order in Gotham, Batman must take off his mask and turn himself in. Oh, and every day he doesn't, people will die. Starting tonight. I'm a man of my word.
Most would say in the movie The Dark Knight, Batman is playing checkers and the Joker is playing chess. These reasons, plus his ability to get small victories over his adversaries, like Batman and the GCPD, makes him the perfect antagonist. We also see this with other villains like Thanos and Darth Vader. And like these other villains, Joker brings a facet of relatability to him as well. His relatability mostly comes due to his main point that he's hell-bent on proving, which is that we aren't that different from him than we think we are, and that we all have a little piece of Joker in us. This is explicitly shown in 2019's The Joker, where in the movie, Joker/Arthur Fleck is treated poorly by society and becomes the Joker due to it and starts to appear on TV shows to get his point across that everyone in Gotham society are just as mad as he is.
Everybody just yells and screams at each other. Nobody's civil anymore.
Not everybody, and I'll tell you this, not everyone is awful.
You're awful.
The Joker, just like the card, is a wild card. You don't know what he'll do or say, leading people to always be on guard around him. This leads to most of his peers fearing him, and Batman conventionally takes his attitude towards the Joker on them. Through this, the Joker and Batman have an amazing dynamic where Joker uses his unpredictability and style to cast fear in people, while Batman uses his physicality and presence to inflict fear. This sets the catalyst for Joker's intense competition against Batman. And with all this being said, if the Joker didn't exist, maybe Batman stories wouldn't be as loved and cherished as they are today. The Joker is the definitive antagonist. His ability to take control of situations and seize power from anyone gives us a real reason to perceive him as a threat. He wants attention and enjoys creating chaos. And this is why most would say that the Joker is the perfect antagonist.
Give me a call when you want to start taking things a little more seriously. Here's my